Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome into the Coaching Company podcast. We're here to support the morning show every single weekday. If you missed any of the morning show, I encourage you to go back and watch it on demand right here on our YouTube page. If you're listening to this podcast on audio, it's courtesy of our relationship with Believe, and we thank them very, very much. Now, we never go longer than 20 or 30 minutes. We tackle two or three of the biggest topics in sports, and right now, with all of the sports going, there's a lot of competition for the headlines. Now, let's bring in my guys that are joining me today, and they were part of the grind last night when we cashed a bunch of tickets. A lot of great analysis, Mikey P and my man Raphael on right now. And guys, last night we talked about the different players that would be available to play well, and the game script went kind of as we thought. Raphael, let me start with you because Kelsey both went of his numbers went over 6 for 99. Rasheed Rice, we thought his number at 5.5 or 6.5 was high. How about 9 for 93? But the tough part about betting the Chiefs is there was 6 different guys that caught passes. There's 5 different guys that ran the rock. This is a complete team right now, and Kansas City winning by 21 really starting to get going.
It hurts me to say this, but they're the best team in football right now. No if, ands, or buts. Second half, they were the best team in football. Boy, the first half was ugly. I can't. Washington should have scored first, and that can maybe change the momentum of the whole game, but they didn't. And Kansas City took that momentum in the second half and just flexed their muscles. I was so impressed at how good they looked in the second half.
Marcus Mariota played great in the first half. He really did. But when you talk about number 15, he did make history for himself last night, Mikey. First time in his career that he's been intercepted on the first 2 possessions of a game. Then all he did after that was throw for 299 and 3 scores. And it really feels like he and Travis Kelce are back on the same page now with Rice and Xavier Worthy and with the other weapons. I mean, who do you guard?
It's a crazy concept to think the more playmakers you have on the field, the more the production gets spread around. I'll say this, the Chiefs are playing the best football in all the NFL right now. And the most scary thing about them is they're not even where they can be. They were out 2 of their top starting offensive linemen yesterday. I don't think that defense has even come close to what they're capable of doing. So if you think the Chiefs are playing their best football and are the best team in the NFL right now, wait till week 11, week 12.
Yeah, this week we're going to be doing a lot of Chiefs Bills coverage here on the show because that is clearly the game of the week. It's a 4:25 game, and then if you're Seattle and Washington, you play Sunday Night Football. It's like a tree in the forest. Is anybody going to care after we watch what should be an iconic Chiefs Bills game in Buffalo? Topic number 2 from last night, and if you're on the East Coast, Raphael, you were staying up until after 3 a.m. Longest World Series game of all time. And it was a lot of time, over 6 hours. Shohei on the base paths 9 different times. The numbers are staggering. What did you make of game number 3?
First of all, I was mad that the games went so long because I couldn't drink or eat anything after a certain hour last night. So I'm watching the game, staying up, and I was hungry, I was thirsty, but I was enthused the whole time. Every pitch, Shohei got, I thought he was going to hit it out of the ballpark. It's just watching something magical. It's almost like when I used to go to Bulls games when I had season tickets, watching Michael Jordan play. Everything he would just do something that just you sat back and go, "Holy cow, he just did that." Shohei did it 3 times again yesterday. Unbelievable. It's just I'm not a Dodger fan, but I want to be a Dodger fan now just because I want to buy a Shohei jersey.
It is when you talk about the fact that Mikey, they've already paid for his contract. They came out this week and talked about it, is astounding when you're talking $700 million. But he may be the only player in the history of our lifetime that no matter how much money you pay him, nobody bitches about it. Nobody says anything. He's earned every single step of the way. He is entertainment personified. And I don't know that we could ever even put together a baseball player that could be better than what we're watching right now.
You know what, Coach? In honor of Code 3, our amazing partnership with them, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Shohei Ohtani has revived baseball for the most casual sports fan. I think what he's done, appointment viewing, you don't even have to watch the World Series. Just set an alert on your phone, which I do think we will get next postseason. Hey, Shohei Ohtani's at bat. Tune in now. I think we're going to see the Ohtani alerts in baseball. What he's doing is absolutely magical. My favorite thing about his home run yesterday was the behind the plate cam. You just saw that ball curve in, and that an amazing souvenir. So best player in baseball, and I think the best thing to happen to baseball in decades.
Coach,
Now
I have a
there,
question
yeah.
for you, Coach, since you're brilliantly on the mic and you've taught so many people on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Do they need him to speak English to make him a bigger, more star here in the United States? Because I heard they were talking about that yesterday, how he speaks English. You can see him speaking to all the players, but he doesn't in media and interviews and all that.
So all the money that they've made back, most of it is outside of the United States.
Yes.
He is a worldwide star. So here in the United States, to answer that question, yes, they absolutely do. When we do PFL, I hate, and we have actively said, because this is something that I don't think executives think about, that we don't need to interview a player that needs an interpreter, because it gets lost in the, do I care about this person? And right now, because of his play, he's a gigantic star. Can you imagine if we knew how funny he was? Can you imagine if we knew what kind of a personality that he does have? Because none of us know. He's a mystery to all of us. So 1,000%, it would make him a bigger star. But worldwide, I don't know. Maybe Lionel Messi, maybe that's a bigger star that generates more money. And any of these other contracts, you don't see this from Soto, guys. Nobody's saying, "Hey, we already got that $700 million back for Juan Soto." But you're hearing it with Shohei Ohtani. I mean,
How does
it's
New
outstanding.
Balance not do a commercial every Dodger game? They should have 20 commercials. They should make New Balance should have him as Michael Jordan for their brand. They should just
I
pump out
understand.
everything and anything with him.
But do you know how much those commercials cost right now to air? And New Balance is not Nike. They don't have Nike money. They're trying to get into it, but every time we're talking $1 million, $2 million, something like that during the World Series. Do you have something, Mikey?
Yeah, to your point, talking about PFL and combat sports, I would just use a generic, analogy of when you look at Jose Aldo, who was champion in the UFC for 10 years, never learned the English language. And then you look at Anderson Silva, who did speak broken English. Anderson Silva was a much bigger star in combat sports than Jose Aldo, unless you were a hardcore fan. So I agree with you, Coach. I think putting in the effort definitely makes him an even bigger star here in the States, which will skyrocket every single number that's already on the moon for him.
I am starting to wonder what next year is going to look like. What creative ways are they going to come up with to market this guy? Because if I'm MLB, I take it full advantage of this, whatever that means. And if other big name players have an issue with it, so be it. There's nobody on his level, and they got to be honest with themselves. All right, topic number 3. We're heading into week 9 of the National Football League. We're in the middle, guys, of 49 straight days with at least one football game. Mikey, tonight kind of got lost in the weeds. Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State. They're the gift that keeps on giving. They have a game tonight. I don't even remember UTEP. UTEP. It's a 10-point spread. I'm assuming UTEP is favored. I haven't even looked yet. Do you think you'll be talking Kennesaw State live betting tonight, Mikey?
Absolutely, because it's actually Kennesaw State who is the favorite in this game. And
Double digits.
And then you get James Madison. Listen, Shohei Ohtani, James Madison, Kennesaw State. Listen, I don't even know if you went to and put Shohei Ohtani in Kennesaw State's campus, if everyone would know who he is. So, we're going to talk all of it on the Premium Pop-Up.
Can you imagine? There's got to be somebody out there, Raphael, who's playing a Shohei basis prop with a Kennesaw State -10. Can you imagine that ticket? Can you? No, you did not, Mikey. No, you did not. No, you did not.
You got to tune in tonight. It might be there.
How'd your parlay do last night?
Boom! It hit.
It did? Nice.
Yes,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
nice.
It did.
You cashed the ticket.
You were getting ready to bust on him. I felt that vibe.
Oh, I know. I didn't know.
Oh, stop it.
I didn't. I swear.
Yeah, no, you were. And you know
yes,
what? Now I'm
were.
going to take it a step further, Ralph, because not only did the Equinox parlay hit, but the Rashee Rice SGP hit. And move over, Bucko. You've got a 2-time Legends Lounge winner right next to you. So all I do is cash.
Hey, I congratulated you right away when you got into the lounge the second time. Me and you, we have 4 trips to the lounge just right now on the show. Right now, us 3 have 4 trips to the lounge.
Coach? How many? Oh, I'm sorry. He didn't say congrats to me. I don't know. I just couldn't hear him from the streets. That's it, I guess.
I am going to lose my mind. I am literally going to lose my mind. Elsewhere.
You got it speechless, Mikey. We got it speechless.
No, I'm getting some text messages right now that I have to deal with, which is probably part of the reason I can't respond to all 12 of your text messages when you hit something on the show. I don't have time for all that because I'm trying to run a brand. Anybody care about Heidenheim and Hamburg today in the German Cup? I just had an alert come over on my phone. All right. As we look forward this week, and I got a little bit off kilter here. Raphael, the Bills have 2 losses. The Chiefs have 3. But here's the problem. The Colts have 1. What should be the real number 1 seed bye week teams that we should be worried about in the AFC?
I think the loser of this game is probably going to be behind that 8 ball. I think both teams are going to approach this because they know, okay, the Colts still have 1 loss. Now we have to battle each other, Bills, Chiefs. Who's going to come up on top and who's going to be behind the 8 ball? So I think both teams, this might be probably the game of the regular season, best game of the regular season, because I think both teams are going to treat this like a playoff game. Both teams are going to treat this. We cannot lose this game. I wish this game was being played on neutral field because I think that'd be more fun to watch.
Well, I mean, every time we've gone there, pretty much when it's mattered, we have won, meaning the Chiefs have won. The Bills have proven the bigger the game, the smaller they get. So when we look at this, Mikey, and the Bills, and this is a tough spot that you're in when you've lost several times. You have not been to the Super Bowl at all in the era. And I'll say it, Josh Allen's the best quarterback. Jim Kelly, I know you were great. I know you went to 4 in a row. Josh Allen's better than you are. You just had a better team. So now you've got the best quarterback you've ever had, Mikey, and yet he hasn't been to a Super Bowl. The more years that go by, the more pressure it's on his shoulders. So this game on Sunday, it may just be for pride right now, but what can the Bills take out of it?
I think this game is a tale of 2 narratives around both franchises. For the Bills, it's a team trying to find themselves, while the Chiefs have spent the last few weeks establishing themselves. You get Rashee Rice back, your offense finds a flow. I feel like the Bills are saying, hold on, do not give up on us just yet. And when your kryptonite is coming into your building, a place where Drake May has beat you already, there has to be some ghosts coming into Halloween weekend about how the Bills feel with Patrick Mahomes coming into their place. I think the Chiefs will roll in this one. And as much as the anticipation is it's going to be a great game, the Bills have not done anything to lead me to believe they're going to make it competitive.
Well, the other part of this equation we're not talking about, boys, is the fact that the Bills, yeah, they want that number 1 seed. Right now, they wouldn't be the number 1 seed in their own division because, Raphael, we're talking about the Patriots. And I look down here, the last time they lost was week 3 against the Steelers. They have now ripped off 5 straight wins, the last 2 by 18 and 19 points. And I don't give a damn who they're playing. They're winning by double digits. Are we sleeping on the Pats?
Yes, because we're either talking about the Colts or the emergence of Kansas City. We're not talking about Drake May and the Patriots. I think they could be the sleeper in the rest of the regular season and in the playoffs and how well they're playing. No one's talking about the Patriots defense at all. It's always Drake May, their offense, what they're doing. No one's mentioning about their defense.
I wonder if for the second week in a row, Atlanta will be involved in a game that knocks out a lot of people from these survivor pools. Because Circa right now, can you, how great would the video be, guys? Watching these thousands of people knocked out every week with the Falcons. I can't remember who it was last week. it was another big team, but it's been like 6,000 people in the last 2 weeks. And it's $18 million in the pot in the circa. How great would that video be? Watching the Dolphins score over and over and over again last weekend. Glorious.
Derek Stevens
Absolutely
is building
glorious.
another sports book right now, right next to his big sports book. That's how much money he's ranking up in it.
I've always thought I would love to play. I think it's how much is it to get in that? Is it 5,000 to get in the circa one? Or is it more than that?
For the Survivor?
Yeah, for Survivor.
That I don't know.
Man, I've always wanted to play in one of those big ones. I really, really have. I have.
I know
All right.
so many people that do, and I just don't understand it. I mean, most of it's a crapshoot. You just have to be the luck of the draw. I don't want to put all my money into something that a fumble, interception, weather, something is going to I have no control over for the whole season.
You're no fun. Those are the only pools. Like I like Survivor way more than I like fantasy. Like it's frustrating, but they're fun. They're fun. You're like the no fun police if you don't like Survivor pools, but you like
I have to be
you don't
I
like
have to be
fantasy.
control of the number, and I have no control of the Survivor. Once you put your ticket in, you just have no control of it.
We're gonna do a Survivor pool next year. I just decided it.
I'll do that before fantasy. I'll do a Survivor
All right,
anytime before I do a
everybody's going to
fantasy.
play next year. All right, fair enough. All right, we never go longer than 20 or 30 minutes. Preview premium pop up tonight. If you're not a premium member, do it right now. If you haven't seen Code 3, they're going to be with us for one more week. Give me a preview tonight, Mikey. What do you got on board?
Well, we got World Series Game 4, 2 games in college football. Yes, those games do matter. And then a double header on NBC Peacock in the NBA, including the Knicks and the Bucks. I think that game's actually going to be a lot more competitive than many people think. Giannis is off to a fantastic start, and he can just carry this Bucks team by himself.
By the way, NBC and Peacock Mondays and Tuesdays. So they're spending billions, and we're going to get a national game. I think it's every day of the week, I believe is the new thing, right? Every day of the week.
Yeah, and Coach, did you
Yeah.
see what they did yesterday? Their new segment on at Peacock. They're
No.
calling the game. So they had Noah Eagle standing like at the broadcast booth, and then they had Robbie Hummel and Austin Rivers on each side of one team's bench. So they called it from the bench, and it was the
Oh,
first
nice.
time it's ever been done. Yeah, it was actually a very interesting and unique broadcast that Peacock's going to be doing.
By the way, Noah Eagle, there are certain people that are like the chosen one. This dude is I think about his career and what it's going to look like, and he's going to do the biggest games, everything he's on. He's at NBC. He does Notre Dame football.
Yep.
He does the NBA. He does, I mean, he's already, and he's probably 25, 27. His dad's a legend. Ian Eagle. I mean, it's just, to me, that's always kind of, I've called some games, but I never called really big games. And I would love to do that. It's a little late for me now. I'm good where I'm at. But Noah Eagle, I mean, this dude, can you imagine knowing the next 35 years you're going to the biggest games out there? But he's good. He's good. He's got
Be
the
young
genes.
again. To be young again.
I'd love to see him call a football game with Greg Olsen, because I think he's one of the best young play-by-play guys. And then you bring in Greg Olsen, who I think is the best color commentator in all of sports. You get those two together, I think they'd have fantastic chemistry.
I don't think it's close. I think Greg Olsen is by far and away better than Tom Brady. I mean, it's not close. And Tony Romo. All right, boys, I got to get out of here. Good luck on the premium pop-up tonight. I'll be on Wednesday and Thursday. Are you going to be on any pop-ups, Raphael?
Wednesday, Thursday as well.
All right. Very, very good. All right. So turn on your notifications. You guys know all the content that comes out. We want you to digest it. We don't care when. We don't care how. We just care that you do. That'll do it for now. Producer man, Mikey, Raphael, I am the coach. This is the Coaching Company podcast, and there is only one. We'll see you this afternoon. Off the Ropes, channel 156, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, have a great day.